Hello, hello. Hey guys, hello. Hi Sunny, how are you? Wait a couple more minutes, people to join us. How is everybody doing today? Happy Father's Day to fathers everywhere. Hello, hello, Charm. How are you? How is everybody doing? It's been a long time since I've done one of these, and I'm actually, I remember they were very well received last year, just basically getting together and talking about, specific things. And at this point, of course, we're talking about dealing with the split right now and dealing with obsession. How's everybody handling the split? And does everybody know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the split? So I'm not sure if everybody is on the same wavelength with that. But what I've noticed is literally like you have two factions of people. You've got a set of people who are going one way. They're like trapped. They're literally trapped in their illusions. Like they don't want to even come out of them. It's really weird. And they just keep going this way no matter what you say to them. And then you have this other group over here that's just like, I don't want to go that way. Right? I don't want to go that way. But then within this group, you have like one group that doesn't know how to not go this way. They know they don't want to go that way. And then you have the awakened ones who are like, yeah, let me guide you this way. And then you have the two groups that are going this way. One that's like, there's nothing you can do to wake this group up. They're just gone. Like they're gone. And then you have this group that's just kind of like, I'm just going along with this because I feel like it's going to make me safer, even though it's like they just don't truly choose to see. So it's like you have really like two groups and then two subgroups in those groups. Hi, Stacey. How are you? But yeah, so I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit about that and also talk about obsession, releasing obsession, because that seems to be a theme right now with a lot of my collective readings. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us. Also, I know I did a poll not too long ago about how many of you would like to possibly have my counterpart answer some questions for you guys. And I figured out how I can do that. The thing is he doesn't want to be seen necessarily on YouTube. So I've kind of come up with an idea that he can answer some questions without being, fully on YouTube, so to speak, but that he still can answer in his own words to you guys. So those of you who are interested in having some questions answered by KOC or King of Cups, those of you who don't know who that is my counterpart. Send me an email, sasha@divinepisces222.com with your question. Okay, and if I can get enough questions to fill like a 10 or 15 minute video on YouTube, I'll see what I can do. Okay. Oh, hi, Julius. Help. Okay, so I mean, what do we specifically need help with, Julius? What's going on? Like, is it just that you're obsessed with your person, or is it the split, or are you obsessed with some 3D concepts? Because obsession can really go anyway. Yeah, Charm, me too. I feel very, very physically ill. Like it's like this weird, it's energy, but at the same time, it's emotion too. There's like a lot of emotion coming at you. It's like, I hate to say roller coaster because I actually like roller coasters, but this is like one of those rides that you're not enjoying at all. You just feel incredibly, incredibly sick. And you're not really quite sure how to hold on any better, I guess. But the thing is right now, I think the way that things are going with this split, and this is really where I want to hit right now with the split, is the way that things are going is like literally we are splitting. Like there are people who are falling out of resonance with family members, with friends they've had for a long time, coming to terms with maybe the fact that people who are really close to them maybe never actually had their best in, their best, you're basically not looking out for your best interest. It's like more of like a selfish type thing. Yeah. Okay. So totally overthinking and feeling so heavy, sad. So, a lot of emotions coming in right now, like I said, and a lot of this does have to do with the endings that we're moving through. And when I say like endings and the split and things like that, one of your person may be part of that as well. So we are literally releasing obsession, releasing people to do what they need to do so that we can do what we need to do. It's like literally releasing the baggage, period. Okay, like being completely unencumbered by somebody else's energy, whether that's our person or it's people around us. And as far as, I understand where you're at, Sherry, because been there. It gets to a point, and you have to get to that point where, yeah, you're like, no more chasing. I can't do this anymore. You have to get to that point yourself. And once you get to that point, you cut that cord, you're like, you know what? No, I deserve better. That's when you really start waking up to your true awakening. You come out of the dark night of the soul. You come out of that wanting, needing, obsessive type cycle, right? And then you move on from there. And there are people who still need help from that. It's like you come out of it for a little bit and then you kind of relapse back. It's like you go back and forth, back and forth. And so I totally understand that. So once you change that energy, though, it's like you're just trying to stay steadfast. What I would highly recommend for anybody, really, is finding some sort of either meditation, breathing, exercise, something that helps you just clear all of the negativity, all of the nasty feelings that you get throughout the day, especially if you work in the public. And just basically clear yourself out. Energy dump is what I call it. I do it every day. Literally at the end of my night before I go to sleep, I envision like all of the energy that somebody has put on me that's not mine. I take it out of me, put it in a little container, and I just basically explode it. So I literally visualize all of that coming out, and then I reground and reprotect myself before I go to sleep. So maybe try something like that to help cut some cords and things like that, especially with your person, especially if you feel like there is energy from your person, because be honest, yes, your person will place chains on you. Your person will place cords on you. Your person will siphon energy from you. Okay. So do your best to keep yourself as grounded as you can. Find I don't know, for me, grounding, I work out, or I dance or something, or I go walk, something like that. Something that helps you stay in the moment, stay grateful in the moment, makes you feel good. Because right now it's very important to stay present. Okay. Stacy, I am currently in a split and my counterpart keeps giving into his addiction. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, basically what I just said right now, it's at a point where you can't take responsibility for somebody else's stuff. It doesn't matter if it's your twin or not. Okay. In fact, let's not even talk about the word twin flame for a moment and just talk about yourself. So if you have somebody in your life who keeps relapsing or who keeps moving into negative spirals or negative cycles, right? And you allow that to pull you into that negative energy, that is a codependency. You need to cut that off. Because what they're doing is, it's like they're not dealing with their stuff. It's like they're literally drawing on your energy to deal with their situation. And so it's literally a narcissistic cycle that they keep repeating over and over and over again. I don't want to deal with my stuff, so I'm going to throw it on Stacy, let her deal with it. And then you start feeling negative. You start feeling responsible. You start feeling this, that, and the other thing. Oh, can I do something to help? No, because that person does not want to help themselves. Okay. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And that's kind of I hate to say it that way, but it does seem like a really bad attitude, but it's not, because where we're at right now in the split is we are being faced with taking care of ourselves during this change. Okay. Once you accept where you are and once you accept the problem for what it is, that's when you see the door to basically move out of that energy open. Right? You have to get exactly, Charm. Yes, accepting change. Acceptance changes your reality. That's correct, because you are in an energy of now. I accept where I am now. This energy I'm in is not the energy I want to be in. Right? And that's when you start making those internal changes. I would highly also recommend, guys, maybe trying a mantra that works for you. The mantra that I use is I decide it's all possible, that my success is inevitable, and I say it every single day. Right. So no matter what it is that I'm manifesting, because what I'm doing is I'm literally breaking down my belief systems. And that's what's happening right now with this split. We're breaking down our 3D belief system. Okay. We're letting go of these negative thoughts that we've had, this programming that we've had since we were younger, saying, no, you can't do that. It's not normal. No, you can't do that. It's not possible. So on and so forth. You have to have money to do this. You must do this and blah, blah, blah. The thing is we manifest the happiness and everything else will follow. Okay. Like, all the emotions aren't mine. Yes. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of us are empaths. Naturally, a lot of us are empaths. And when I look at what a narcissist actually is, a narcissist in a way is a distorted empath. Okay. Because if you think about the dynamic, what's an empath? An empath takes on other people's energy. Okay. A lot of times, if you're good at it, you can transmute that energy and you don't let it affect you. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. So what happens is the empath takes on the energy, transmutes that energy, clears that energy, but a lot of times we don't let it go. And then the narcissist, they don't want to deal with any of the energy, so they deflect that energy onto the empath. And then when the empath reacts in a way that they want them to react, they siphon that energy back in. So it's literally like this cycle of give and take, right? Really more take. Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Whatever makes you feel grounded, Stacey, that's good. So whatever helps you stay in the moment, being appreciative in the moment, help you stay. I know it sounds so weird. It's like we have to release the 3D, but we need to stay connected to the 3D. But that's not really what I mean. It's more like being present in the physical, but also in the spiritual at the same time. Like some people do. I do yoga sometimes. Yoga helps me to connect both to the spiritual and to the physical as well. Oh, wow, Charm. Okay, I kind of went through something very similar. I'm not going to lie to you because I went through my own family situation, so I completely understand. It's been a lot better since I've made those decisions, but I'll tell you, it really brought to light a lot of the cycles I was repeating in my own life over and over and over again. And again, I had to change that internal belief system, that foundation, what was instilled in me about what family actually means, what love actually means. And it was like, this whole idea that I have to put up with narcissism or I have to put up with abuse because, I'm told that I have to because, somebody loves me and it's for my highest good, but they think it's for my highest good, but in reality, it's not. And it's hard to put up those boundaries with somebody who's close to you, like your family or your parents, or even your children, whatever. It's really difficult to do that. So I'm really proud that it's like you're changing the dynamic, but in a way, if you look at it, you're literally just changing your belief system and the external will reflect that. Now, worst case scenario, you split, right? And it goes that way. But I have noticed that in a lot of these cases, you doing your thing and separating yourself or whatever it is that you're doing helps those other people to shed those belief systems and kind of get back to square one. So it's like a domino effect. And if those people, they fall away from you for good, then it is what it is. But a lot of times I have noticed that it just kind of shifts their own reality. Like, for example, when I left my ex, he ended up waking up and he's a totally, completely different person than what he was when I was married to him. Wow. That's good. That's good, Stacey. That's awesome. Okay, so what else specifically, guys, do you want to talk about with this split? What else? What other challenges you guys facing? What are we dealing with right now that's really kind of on our mind at the moment? I know for me, it's literally seeing. Like I'm literally walking into places and just seeing people, and it's just like it's hard to differentiate. It's like, for example, okay, I hate to make this analogy, but I literally went into Walmart today. I don't usually go into Walmart. But I went in to get some groceries real quick and I was like, all right, let's do this real quick and get out. But it's like I walk in and it's literally like the energy just gets sucked right out of me and I'm just standing there. like looking around, like, I don't know where I'm at, right? And KOC is like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. You know, there's just a lot going on. And I'm literally like watching people just like in a, like almost a zombie state, just walking around Walmart. And I'm like, you know, some of them are wearing masks, some are not, but it's like, I just don't, it's like I can't connect. I can't connect because I have so much going on around me right now. It's just very, very overwhelming. Is anybody else, like, I know somebody mentioned possibly feeling sick from the energy, but is anybody else feeling physically ill around people? I don't know if anybody else is, but I am. Yeah, it kind of does, Flix. Like it's like I even had this insight today and I was thinking about it. I'm like, is this really just, yeah, I really can't either, Sunny, but for some reason I was like, let me go get some food real quick. It was either that or Aldi. And I was like, all right, let's go to Walmart. It's closer to my apartment, but I can't usually go in there either. But I had this insight today where I'm just kind of like, how much of this is even real? Like, how much of this is actually true? Like, if everything's a simulation, how much is actually true? You know what I mean? And it just, sometimes it's just a little too overwhelming for me. And sometimes I just have to disconnect because it's just too much going on. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in the moment now. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time just kind of, I know it sounds bad, isolated, but since I quit my job and I've been working, you know, doing this full time, I tell you what, I feel so much more refreshed. Like every single day I wake up happy. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel like I have to like put on like this fake, this face that I have to put on when I would go to work, you know. I just am who I am, and it's just the most freeing thing I've ever done. So, oh gosh. Okay, so I had something really funny happen to me too, Flix. Like I had like mid-cycle period. Like it was like 2 weeks. I'm usually regular, so I was just like, I know TMI, sorry guys. But like, yeah, it just came out. It was crazy. Yeah. I can't go shopping either, Sonny. Like, very rarely do I go into a grocery store. This is the first time I've probably been in a grocery store in probably about 3 or 4 months, because I just can't go in. Yeah, purging, a lot of purging happening right now, guys, as we release some of these constructs and as we literally reprogram ourselves, we're purging a lot of stuff. Now, I know I mentioned last week, I don't know if anybody else was having these issues, but I know I mentioned last week about the masculine particularly, and not just the masculine person. I'm talking like the masculine energy, so this could be within you, releasing a lot of these 3D constructs and the opening of the root chakra. So like a lot of back pain, joint pain, stomach issues, and stuff like that. And then the feminine side really is just like the crown chakra. So it's like the opposite. So the feminine is like the crown chakra opening up. So fogginess, feeling dizzy, the headaches. Oh my gosh, the headaches were horrible. Pressure in the head, things like that. And there were days where it was like I was having this, and then I was having the root chakra issue. It was like, what is happening to me? It was horrible. Yeah, and see, that was another reason I had to leave Flix. And I mean, if you're vaxxed, whatever, you know, you made that choice. But I mean, I know I'm not supposed to talk about it on YouTube, but I just call it the tricky stick. But yeah, I try to if I can avoid that. But it's just one of those things where, you know, it is what it is. I know that I have had a physical reaction to people around me who've had it. And it is what it is. It is what it is, unfortunately. But it's like, you know, you try to tell people, you try to educate people, and you try to show people the truth, and then they still make those decisions. I don't understand. I personally don't understand. You know, and maybe that, I know I'm not the only one. It's just, and it really made me physically ill. This woman that I talked to said she was so happy that children as young as 6 months could get it. And I'm like, so you want a child as young as 6 months to be injected with an MNRA? Like, I don't, you're changing that child's DNA. You're not giving that child the ability to be able to connect to their higher selves, or to source, or, you know, or to even defend themselves from disease. Like, it just makes me real sick, guys. It just makes me sick. Yeah, this weird sleeping patterns I have heard. I actually had that issue when I was going through my initial awakening. It was so weird. I would wake up at like 1:11, and then the next morning is 2:22, then the next morning is 3:33. It was like I was waking up at these just like really bizarre, like, but still numerical in order time. It was just bizarre. I have noticed since I've been doing binaural beats, though, I have not had that issue. I haven't had that issue in years, probably. See, my favorite one is I literally have one it induces lucid dreaming and astral travel. And a lot of times I do work when I sleep. So I try to stay as asleep as I possibly can. Is anybody having issues? I know Trump mentioned it, but is anybody else having issues, particularly with family right now, and like having a hard time explaining themselves to family? Because I know that was a thing for a while. It's almost like beating your head against a wall, right? I also really quick, I do want to talk about the obsession thing, because this has been coming up in my collectives and a lot of my personal readings. Okay, yeah. Okay, so good. I'm not the only one, but yeah, it's going all over the place. Familial karma also coming in here. But the releasing of the obsession and the releasing of the actual twin, I've noticed that this is coming up a lot. And a lot of it does have to do, and I think I'm going to do another discussion on energy matches and how that works, and breaking of the twin flame programming as well, because there are unfortunately a lot of people, readers out there, who take advantage of people who are stuck in the obsessive cycle, and they literally make money by keeping you in that obsessive cycle over and over and over again. And if you ever booked a reading for me, usually what I do is, yes, I'll take a look at your connection, but in reality, I'm taking a look at what's going on with you and trying to help you get out of those patterns. That's my mission. So I think I really want to touch on that. So right now, guys, just be very, very careful who you listen to. I mean, if something doesn't seem right, it's probably not. I have noticed that, unfortunately, there are a lot of readers out there that are just taking it down this really dark path for a lot of people. And I know last year when I talked about the split, I talked about that. I talked about how, like, some of you, your twin is going to go the other way. And either you can follow them and stay on that path, and yeah, you'll have union, but you'll be, really, really sad a lot and very lonely. Or, you go the path of light and you'll be rewarded, right? And there was also this theory that I was talking to Wicked Virgo, and I actually talked to Jupiter 1111 about it, also about who you're actually meeting with that original catalyst. And now it could be, and I think this actually makes a lot of sense to me. So the one you meet that originally wakes you up is like the distorted one. This is the darkest one. This is the one that shows you all of your distortions and your shadows and the things that you need to clear. And either that person does end up becoming your counterpart as well, because they clear what they need to clear and they follow you, or they go this way. And then your choice is either to follow them or to go this way, and then you get the energy match, who's actually the one who's supposed to come in and help you when you're on this path. So it's literally like you have two ways you can go here. You have two ways you can go. But there's only one energy match at any given time. So depending on where you are in your ascension process or in your journey, that particular energy match is going to show up at that particular time. So it's, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash about this. No, there's only one person for me. I'm like, well, honey, you're probably still stuck in obsession. Like, this is the thing, is you have people who literally, this mantra over and over and over again, this is the only person for you. You'll only have this person. This can only be yours. The karmic has this person. This is your person. Yeah. And it turns people into like these distorted little gremlins who, like, obsess over this one particular person, literally keeps chains on this one person. So that they can't even continue their journey. Heaven forbid, you can't continue your journey when you have chains on somebody, but they definitely can't continue theirs. So regardless if you're actually going to come together or not, it doesn't matter. You're keeping both of you in stasis because you're not releasing that person. So when I talk about releasing the obsession, when I talk about releasing your person, literally releasing them, let them go. Let them do what they need to do. They got to deal with their karmic situation. Let them. You can't deal with it for them. Stop sending them energy to deal with it. Release the chains on your person. Okay? I think the hardest part about that, and I know I get these emails a lot. The hardest part about that is, what do I do? Like, he constantly coming up in my mind, in my dreams, sending me messages, yada, 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 yada. What I have found the best way to deal with that sort of thing is, if you're getting a message, what is that message telling you about you? What is that message telling you about you? Okay? Is it even from your twin in the first place, or are you just making that up? Is it from your higher self? Is your higher self trying to tell you something that you need to do? Okay. If you have, let's say you're having dreams of your person, or in astral space or whatever, and you wake up feeling drained, that's probably not even your person to begin with. Like, there are entities out there that can embody your person, okay, and drain your energy from you. That's why it's so important to keep yourself grounded and protected. Okay. You're very, very vulnerable when you sleep. Okay. If you have this, it's like you can't stop thinking about this person. It's constant. It's over and over and over again. It becomes intrusive. It literally becomes intrusive, and it affects your life. This is where I'm like, you need to just stop and do a breathing meditation or something like that. Clear your mind, because the only thing that's going to happen if you keep obsessing over and over and over and again is you're going to get yourself worked up, and you're going to end up losing your mind. Okay. So you have to take yourself into your own hands and stop letting someone else dictate how you feel, what you do. You know, if you're that kind of person that you're so deep in obsession, you just lay about on the couch and watch twin flame readings all day. That's a problem. That's an addiction. It's a problem. Okay. It's no better than, drinking yourself into oblivion. Okay. So think about those things. Think about it that way. Yes, you can break those cycles. Yes, you can. In fact, I did a blog post on how to release your the obsession of your person. And I'm going to read those steps to you guys. Okay. So the first one is just what I said. Stop watching readings daily on your person. If you must watch readings, watch readings giving guidance on your own soul growth. How can I apply this to me? Okay. Step 2, stop stalking your person, on whether physically or on social media. Block them, unfriend them, whatever you need to do. Okay. Delete or hide photos, old messages, conversations, so on and so forth, so you're not reliving those. Energetically make the decision. I decide to release this person. I decide to cut this cord, and do it. Okay. Cord cutting, you can do it yourself, or find someone you trust to do it. Okay. I do cord cuttings. If you need that, let me know. You can even, what I did, and this really did help me. Okay. And after I released this is when KOC showed up. My true counterpart showed up. Okay. Make a video for yourself, like talking to yourself or talking to your person, or write it down, put it in a journal, something affirming the fact that you have made this decision, that you're going to move on, that you're cutting this cord, that you are releasing this person so that you can move forward in your journey and do that. Okay. And hold yourself accountable. Okay. If something triggers you to think compulsively, let your person turn it around to a learning opportunity to care for yourself. Okay. Instead of saying, I wonder what he or she is doing right now, think, what is source of universe teaching me right now? Okay. So try that. Try flipping it around for yourself. Okay. And see how that works. As far as the split goes and releasing those things, it's really along the same lines, guys. It really does go hand in hand. As we release our people, we're literally releasing people, things, situations. Okay. And this was, it started happening before 2020, but a lot of people were shoved into this during 2020 because of everything that happened, right? People lost their jobs, people lost their homes, so on and so forth. And it was terrifying, right? And mass chaos, really, think about it. So if you think about that, releasing your person as releasing who or whatever it is that you're losing during the split, whatever does not resonate, falling away, okay, purge it. Feel what you need to feel. Just release it later. You don't want to hold on to that, okay? If you have to go out in public, if you have to Oh, good morning, Maz. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, I'm reading. Hold on. Okay, yeah, Wendy, that's interesting because yeah, I was actually talking about that. Well, it's like there's I don't believe in false twins. I don't believe in all that, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just a label. But what you call the false light or false twin flame or whatever it is, it's really your distortion. It's like your catalyst. That person is matching you in energy because that's where you are in your ascension. That's where you are in your catalyst moment. And it's like they trigger you into your awakening, right? And so that's what it's just kind of like, well, was this a false twin flame? No, I don't know. That person was your mirror at that time. Okay. It's just that your energy progressed and you started moving up through your journey. This other person did not. They went this way. They chose their karma. They chose their karma, and that is what it is. Let sleeping dogs lie. As you continue on your journey, your true soul match, your true counterpart in this part of the journey is going to show up to you. That's exactly what's happened to me. It's happened to several other readers I've talked to, plenty of people that I've done readings for. It's not an anomaly. Okay, there's something to it. And then there's these people who are trying to tell you, okay, let's just say you right now, that there's only one person for you. And it has to be this person. No one else can possibly match this energy. It's this person or no one. Okay, that's not necessarily true. Okay, in fact, I really like Liz, Guided with Angels, what she says, and this is one thing that really did help me is like, my twin or something better, please. Exactly, my twin or something better, please. Right? I don't want to settle for this guy who doesn't even want me. He wants his karma. He wants his money. He wants his misery. He can have it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to do my own thing. I want my own happiness. Forget this nonsense. Right? Oh, that's really hard. You see him every day. I understand that completely. I assume you work together maybe, or something like that. That is difficult. I mean, is there any way that you could not see him for a while? That would be my question, is if there's any way you can literally just not interact with that person for a little while. Yeah, I've heard the term false twin flame. I've heard that, and I understand where it comes from. I understand where the term comes from. I get it. It's this idea that this person you met, you thought maybe was your twin flame, but the thing is it doesn't matter. They woke you up. They woke you up into your journey. They woke you up. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Okay. So I mean, if you think about it that way, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Oh, hi, Morgan. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I have a feeling it was probably you just were in denial. I mean, just don't wait. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't wait. Don't wait at all. That's a horrible thing to do. Don't wait. You just keep moving, keep doing your thing, be as present as you can. Live in the now, as I like to say, live in the now, act as if, and you will have, right? But yeah, Julius, if there's any way you can literally just not see this person for at least, I would say a good week. Because if it's one of those things where it's visual for you, if that's what triggers you, that's something you need to remove yourself from. Okay. And that's another thing, is knowing what triggers you. Knowing what triggers you helps you to release. Okay. So for example, as I said, deleting photos, deleting messages and things like that, those tend to be big triggers for people going back into the obsessive cycle. Okay. Watching readings is another one that seems to trigger people going into that obsessive cycle. So best thing to do is literally just cut it from your life. Yes, you can go cold turkey. You absolutely can. Okay. This is coming from a person who's quit smoking at least 3 times cold turkey. But no, you can. Once you make that decision that you have had enough, that you don't want to do it anymore, making that decision energetically and deciding to do it, That's what's going to help you to do it. And then once you decide, follow the path that source is leading you so that it happens in the 3D. Okay. It's manifestation. That's exactly what that is. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Charm. That's what I said. Like, just manifest happiness. Everything else will follow. Like, when you get into an energy where you're just happy every single day you wake up, that is heaven. That is heaven. Okay? Manifest that. Manifest that. And everything else will follow. Take it from somebody who's done it multiple times. And I think I am going to do like a manifestation workshop or something like that for you guys. I've been talking to Jupiter 1111 and Kayla with Wicked Virgo on doing something like that with them. I think it would be really awesome to do a manifestation workshop, because I know a lot of people have sent me emails and I've seen in my comments, how do I leave a karmic situation when I don't have the means, so on and so forth. And of course, what they mean is the money, really, or the ability. I don't have anywhere to go, blah, blah. I get it. I totally do, because I've been there. Okay. And I still manifested my way out. I did it. So I would like to be able to do that for you guys. And maybe I'll at least do the next discussion on how to leave a karmic situation when you quote unquote don't have the means. Okay. Because I think it's really important to pass on what I've learned, so that I can, as many people as possible can get on the path of light as possible. That is my goal. Also, and I mentioned at the beginning that before there were this many people in, I think have gotten to the point where I've convinced KOC to answer some questions for you guys. But if you guys could send me emails on the questions you'd like answered, okay. The email is sasha@divinepisces222.com. And send me your question, please. Try not to make it too complicated for KOC. Okay, I don't want him to get overwhelmed and then decide not to do it. But I want to see how many people actually submit questions, and then I'd like to do at least a 10 or a 15-minute video if I can get as many questions to fill that would be great, and see what I can do for you guys. Yeah, it's hard when you have a kid together. Brandon, just stay as present as you can. Just stay as present as you can. It's really difficult. I understand completely. Okay. Just, you got to stay present. Yeah. Yeah. Jump anyway, Charm. That's exactly right. Just jump and the net will show itself. Okay. I mean, you can love somebody and not accept their behavior. Love does not mean acquiescence. Love does not mean putting up with abuse. You can love somebody from a distance. You can still love your family, even if you don't agree with them, so on and so forth. Stay present, meaning staying in the moment, stay grateful in the moment, stay, it's really one of those things where once you get that energy, once you start feeling that energy, you want to stay there. Once you get into the energy of appreciating the present and appreciating the moment and being grateful in the moment, you don't want to leave that energy. You don't want to leave that feeling. Okay. So that's why I'm like, find a meditation or, some sort of breathing exercise or something that helps you stay present, helps you stay in that moment and makes you feel good. Okay. Because you'll never want to leave that energy once you're there. Okay. And once you find out what triggers you out of that energy, you'll try to avoid that as much as you can. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people do work with their twin. Yeah. I would just stay in the energy, Brandon. Like just stay in that good energy as much as you can. Okay. I know it's hard, but you got to work at it. Once you get into that energy, you'll know what triggers you out of it. I think the problem is you're trying to prove your worthiness to someone else and not to yourself. It is hard to move forward when you feel them energetically. Yes, that's when you decide. That's when you decide to put up that boundary energetically. Cut that cord. You cannot take my energy anymore. You cannot siphon my energy anymore. You can't, so on and so forth. I decide what I do with my energy. You have no jurisdiction over my energy. Yeah, it is hard. Hi, Nancy. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it's hard when you have that energetic tie, when you have a child, when you have a business, when you work together, so on and so forth. It's very difficult, but that's part of the test, okay? You can still love that person, but they don't have to drain your energy. You know, if you're a karmic or a DF. I mean, that's kind of one of those catch-22 questions, because we all play both roles. We all play all roles, really. I mean, if you think about it, my karmic and I were karmics for each other. Does that make sense? And as far as the label goes, it really doesn't matter, because it's all about you anyway. It's all about you. It's all about you trusting yourself, you walking down the path of light, and you moving forward in your journey. It doesn't matter what that other person is doing. It doesn't. Unfortunately, it does not. It does not matter. Yeah, that's what boundaries mean. Good. Yes, Charm. Yeah. Once you separate that and you stop feeling that, you don't even want to feel it anymore. It's like when you start feeling, you're just like, no, I'm not purging for you this time. Sorry. I don't know if you're talking to me, Brandon, or your DF. Yes, energy boundaries are so important. Oh my gosh. And as an empath, and I know a lot of people have this issue, like when you don't know how to control your empathy, like if you walk in, I used to be able to not even walk into malls, because there's just so much energy coming at me. Once I learned how to put up that energy boundary, I can take a crowded place for a certain amount of time. If I'm able to put that up, but until you are able to actually put up that boundary and just keep that energy from coming into you, it's really difficult to be around people a lot. I totally get it. I mean, 3D boundaries are good too, but energetically, yeah, not just transmuting that energy, not letting other people's energy affect you. Or if you're getting like astral communication or anything like that, you can cut that off. You can say, no, I am not communicating with you like that. If you want to communicate with me correctly. Yeah, Jordan, I totally understand. That's really hard. And Jada. Okay, so I'm going to answer a question for Jordan first, and then I'll come back to you, Jada. So, setting boundaries with family members is really, really difficult, especially when you live with them. I totally understand. Been in this situation before. It starts with the energy, though. Okay, and actually, Jada, this might answer your question as well. Okay, it starts with the energy. Once you decide that that particular energy is not welcome in your sphere, okay, it cannot affect you. And you're going to get to a point energetically where you can't take the 3D situation anymore, and you will separate yourself one way or the other. So the important thing is, it's just like with manifestation, setting your intentions. So for Jada's intention, let's say, I'm setting the intention. I decide I will not let thoughts of my counterpart enter my brain. Okay? Saying that, like if you start feeling like you're thinking about, I decide I will not let thoughts of my counterpart enter my brain. Jordan, I decide I will not let other people I'm living with, I will not let their energy interfere with me. Okay? And once you set that intention, you just follow the path that is set for you. And it will happen in the 3D. Okay? Charm, yes, I totally understand. My family thinks I'm psycho. Mm-hmm. Which I think is kind of funny. Ironic. Yeah, Nancy, totally. Yeah, don't let him drag you down. Let him deal with his stuff, whatever. Peace be with you. I release you, sir. I wish you happiness, but I don't want to have anything to do with this. I went through my own stuff. I really don't need to go through yours too. Hi, Jades. Yeah, I just answered this question for Jada. If you want to skip back a little bit, basically, it's all about intention. It's all about intention. Cut that cord. You decide what you think about. Don't let your thoughts control you. Don't let somebody else control your energy. Don't let somebody else control what you do. Okay? Stop watching readings on your person. That's a big one. Stop watching readings on your person. Okay? If you have to watch readings on on what's going on in your life or your journey or what's going on internally, or maybe even if you're watching like my videos, most of the time I focus on the inner masculine and feminine, not just the people. Okay? So it's all about balancing the energy. Yeah. Therapy. Oh gosh, what a therapy to me is so and I know what you're talking about, like couples therapy and stuff like that, but it's just like I understand the premise of it, but if there is like there's only so much the 3D can do. There's only so much healing the 3D can do. I mean, a lot of times it just has to do with the energy itself. And if you just want to be left alone, then that should be it. Oh, you're welcome, Jay. It's no problem. Exactly. Distract yourself. But distract yourself in a good way. Like don't go into like escapism. Don't go into drinking or something like that. Maybe, go for a walk or do some yoga or do a meditation or watch a really good movie. Watch a movie that makes you feel good, from your childhood or something like that. But try not to get too much into the escapism stuff, but distract yourself in a good way. Be productive with your distraction. Okay? All right. Yeah, yes, it is. Jade's, yes. I'm not going to sugarcoat. It's very difficult to release that energy because you're so used to that energy. You literally get addicted to being obsessed. Obsession is an addiction. Okay. So just understand though that you control that. It's a belief system that you're breaking down. Okay. Don't let your thoughts control you. Okay. Don't let your twins' energy control you either. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions real quick that we want to do? And I'm going to start wrapping it up. That's good, Nancy. Definitely. That's a good way to do it. So you know what? No, not today. Not today. Jada, yes. You have to release the old one, though. You have to fully release the old one first. Okay? When you literally cut off that cord, say, you know what? Bye. And you put yourself into that receiving energy, and you're in the gratitude energy and the staying present and the feeling really good about yourself. That's when the new connection shows up. Okay. And I talked about this earlier in the stream, about how it's like your counterpart shows themselves to you in different stages, depending on where you are in your ascension process. So the one that shows you your shadows, that's the distorted one. And they can either be pulled to the light with you and they join you on the journey, or they go this way. Okay. And if you continue to go the way you're supposed to, the way of light, you will actually have a true counterpart show up. Okay. Yes, Maud, what is your question? Oh, I see it now. Yes, Maud. Absolutely. Yep. If you think about energy and the way that it works, who's to say the original vessel is going to be the vessel, the only vessel? Is absolutely preposterous. I mean, let's talk about quantum physics for a second. The idea that it's all about energy and we're all energy and that we're all a reflection of each other, right? And that what you attract in what you are. Okay, the law of attraction. If you're in the energy of obsession and needing and wanting and can't have, yada, 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 guess what? That's what you're manifesting. That's the only thing you'll have. You'll continue to obsess. You'll continually not have. Okay? So if you stay in that energy, that's all you're going to get. Once you get in the energy of receiving, of self-love, of gratitude, of just happy, that's what you will manifest to your sphere, including a person, if that's what it is that you're trying to manifest. Like KOC and I manifested each other in. Okay. Yeah, releasing trauma is very, very hard. Absolutely. I do help people overcome trauma and PTSD as well in my coaching. I mean, if you have any questions about that, please send me an email, Sasha@divinepisces222.com, or you can check out my website, divinelifeworks.com. I do help people overcome trauma as well. Okay. On a soul level. Daily gratitudes, very good. Yes. Daily gratitudes, subliminals, mantras, whatever helps. You don't have to have one, Jades. You don't have to have one. Your connection can be with yourself or with source or whatever it is. You know, when you're not ready, it won't appear. Okay? Yeah, absolutely, Maud. You're very, very welcome. Who is KOC to me? KOC is my counterpart. Those of you who don't know, KOC, King of Cups, is my counterpart. Yes. Any other questions, guys? I think it's a really productive session here. No other questions? Any other issues we're dealing with right now about obsession? I know this, it's kind of funny. This ended up being a thing on obsession. Oh, of course. And it'll be available to go back and watch too. I really, you know, guys, this is one of the reasons why I started doing my group coaching sessions. If you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel or anything like that, group coaching, and literally it's like an hour and a half, 4 or 5 people together in a live Zoom meeting. And it's basically it's $22, and you get to connect with other people going through the same things. We literally are helping each other talk about what we're going through, talk about our journeys, what we can do to overcome the blocks and things that we're in. So, I mean, if you're interested in that, send me an email, put you on the wait list for the next time I do one. Also, a quick reminder that I will, again, be doing a live kind of a coaching / astrology session next Sunday with Cleo. I have 2 spots left. So it's 4 slots total, 2 slots left. It's $44. You'll get 15 minutes for a live astrology life path reading, okay, as well as a coaching session / cards with me. And of course, you'll get to talk to other people live as well on the Zoom. So if you're interested, definitely sign up, divinelifeworks.com /services. You can check it out there. It'll be next Sunday, the 27th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it will be recorded and then uploaded later so you can reference it. And if it goes as well as I think it's going to, I'll make it a regular thing as well. Oh, yeah, Charm, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for joining us. And, you know, guys, if you had any questions maybe you didn't think of while we were doing the live, send me an email or, you know, put it in the comments section later once this uploads. That's fine. I'll see if I can answer those. And again, just a quick reminder, I am going to try to get KOC to answer some questions for you guys. So send me an email, Sasha@divinepisces222.com with your question for King of Cups, KOC, my counterpart. And I'm going to compile those and see what we can do to get him to answer those for you guys on YouTube. Okay. In my little world, Brandon, I mean, you're kind of in my world because you're on my live right now. I don't really understand what you're talking about, but okay. All right, guys. Well, if there's no more questions or, you know, anything else you want to touch on, that's fine. We can go ahead and end the stream now. But again, guys, if you think of something, send me an email. Also, any ideas on what the next one can be? I do want to talk about manifesting our way out of karmic situations. I think that's a big one. Maybe I'll do that next time. But if you guys can think of any other topics that you guys would like to touch on, absolutely. Happy to do it. Yeah, you're welcome, Maud. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yes, you're welcome, Charm. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys joining me, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay strong, stay present. Everything's gonna be fine. And keep your energy within, if that makes any sense. If you have to go out and about around people right now, just keep your protection up, okay? All right, guys, you're welcome, Jada. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sunny, for joining us. You guys have a good rest of your day, okay? Thanks, Wendy. Namaste, guys. Bye.